Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This 10-minute video will answer your query on what immovable property is. Again, what is immovable property? Before we proceed, I request you to subscribe for more videos. Thank you. 1. Land, buildings, roads, and constructions of all kinds adhered to the soil. The case of Yi versus Strong Machinery Company, GR number L-11658, February 15, 1918. A short background of the case: there were two mortgages. The first was a chattel mortgage on the machinery and the building to which it was installed, and then the second was a real estate mortgage over the building, which is distinct and separate from the land. Now for the issue: is the building classified as real property so as to subject it to a real estate mortgage? The answer is yes. The Supreme Court said the building of strong materials in which the rice cleaning machinery was installed by Compañía Filipina was real property, and the mere fact that the parties seemed to have dealt with it separate and apart from the land on which it stood in no wise changed its character as real property. It follows that neither the original registry in the chattel mortgage of the building and the machinery installed therein, nor the annotation in that registry of the sale of mortgaged property had any effect whatever so far as the building was concerned. 2. Trees, plants, and growing fruits, while they are attached to the land or form an integral part of an immovable. The first picture here is not an immovable because it is potted, and it is not an integral part of the immovable. The second drawing, which is banana, it is attached to the land, or it forms an integral part of an immovable. Therefore, it is immovable, together with the pine tree. These are attached to the land, or they form an integral part of the immovable, which is the soil. 3. Everything attached to an immovable in a fixed manner, in such a way that it cannot be separated therefrom without breaking the material or deterioration of the object. Yap versus Tanyada and Palms International, Incorporation, GR number L-32917, July 18, 1988. The issue is the pump with its accessories an immovable property? The answer is no. The Supreme Court said, Article 415, Paragraph 3 of the Civil Code considers an immovable property as everything attached to an immovable in a fixed manner, in such a way that it cannot be separated therefrom without breaking the material or deteriorating the object. The pump does not fit this description. It would be, and was, in fact, separated from Yap's premises without being broken, suffering deterioration. Obviously, the separation or removal of the pump involved nothing more complicated than loosening the bolts or dismantling of other fasteners. 4. Statues, reliefs, paintings, or other objects for use or ornamentation placed in buildings or on lands by the owner of the immovable in such a manner that it reveals the intention to attach them permanently to the tenements. 5. Machinery, receptacles, instruments, or implements intended by the owner of the tenement for an industry or works which may be carried on in a building or in a piece of land, and which tend directly to meet the needs of the said industry or works. Mindanao Bus Company versus the City Assessor. GR number L-17870, September 29, 1962. This case was about the machineries sought to be assessed by the respondent. And what were these machineries? To mention, electric welder machine, boring machine, decker grinder, hydraulic press, and battery charger. These machineries are also sitting on a cement or wooden platform, and the machineries have never been or were never used as industrial equipments to produce finished products for sale. The Supreme Court said, movable equipment to be immobilized in contemplation of the law must first be essential and principal elements of an industry or works without which such industry or works would be unable to function or carry on the industrial purpose for which it was established. The tools and equipment are not essential and principal elements of petitioner's business of transporting passengers and cargoes by motor trucks. They are merely incidentals, acquired as movables and used only for expediency to facilitate and or improve its service. The transportation business could be carried on without the repair or service shop if its rolling equipment is repaired or serviced in another shop belonging to another. The Supreme Court further said, the equipment in question are destined only to repair or service the transportation business, which is not carried on in a building or permanently on a piece of land, as demanded by the law. Said equipment may not therefore be deemed real property. The equipment in question are not absolutely essential to the petitioner's transportation business, and petitioner's business is not carried on in a building, tenement, or on a specified land. So said equipment may not be considered real property within the meaning of Article 415C of the Civil Code. The Supreme Court even said that cash registers, typewriters, etc. usually found and used in hotels, restaurants, theaters, etc. are merely incidentals and are not and should not be considered immobilized by destination, for these businesses can continue or carry on in their functions without these equipments. Airline companies use forklifts, jeep wagons, pressure pumps, IBM machines, and so on, which are incidentals, not essentials, and thus retain their movable nature. On the other hand, machineries of breweries used in the manufacture of liquor and soft drinks, though movable in nature, are immobilized because they are essential to said industries. But the delivery trucks and adding machines, which they usually own and use and are found within their industrial compounds, are merely incidental and retain their movable nature. Six, animal houses, pigeon houses, beehives, fish pens, or breeding places of similar nature, in case their owner has placed them or preserves them with the intention to have them permanently attached to the land and forming a permanent part of it. The animals in these places are included even if the animals will go out and then after 2 days it will come back, then they are considered immovable. 9. Docks and structures which, though floating, are intended by their nature and object to remain at a fixed place on a river, lake, or coast. The case of Fels versus Province of Batangas, GR number 168557, February 16, 2007. The Supreme Court stated, Article 4159 of the new Civil Code provides that docks and structures which, though floating, are intended by their nature and object to remain at a fixed place on a river, lake, or coast are considered immovable property. Thus, power barges are categorized as immovable property by destination, being in the nature of machinery and other implements intended by the owner for an industry or work which may be carried on in a building or on a piece of land and which tend directly to meet the needs of said industry or work. 10. Contracts for public works and servitudes and other real rights over immovable property. This is by analogy. Real property has four classifications then. First, real property by nature. Second, by incorporation. Third, by destination. And last, by analogy. First, real by nature. Those which cannot be carried from place to place. They are attached, such as 1, 2, and 8. Second, real property by incorporation. Those which are attached to an immovable in a fixed manner to be an integral part thereof. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Third, real by destination, which are placed in an immovable for the utility it gives to the activity carried thereon, or they are placed in an immovable for the use, exploitation, or perfection of such immovable, such as those in paragraph 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Lastly, real property by analogy, by express provision of law, or regarded as united to the property, that which is in paragraph number 10. Thank you for watching.